I'm like,
Yoy, Cumbrian Truth and the Cockerel and
I
Emma.
don't know why it's got a black screen.
Yeah, you're all right now. Just
Good
go.
evening,
Just
all.
go.
It's just
Good
a black
evening, all. This is the real common folk.
I
Hope
don't
you're
know
all
why-
well.
I don't know why I'm black. I can't say that, can I?
Just take the screen off, you'll be sweet.
Right, yeah, because I can't. That's it.
Let me get the chat up. Yeah, that'll do.
Hey,
That'll do,
Blue.
Emma. There we go in. Big up Blue Moon, CG, double E. That's a sick name, that.
Right, I'll wait for a few more. Are you Helen? Are you Nathan? Are you Steve?
Big respect, Steve Mac, Nathan Williams, Alan Jones. Wait for a few more to come in.
Yeah. Jimmy B, Monty 16. Yeah, wait for a few more and then we'll explain the reason. Stevie, boy, are you? I feel like I've been pushed into a bit of a corner to reply and to address. Hi, Carol. All this, but I will explain why in a moment.
And the old Cumbrian Truth is here for support, guidance, and a bit of wisdom.
Steve, I can't let you on just at the minute because we are addressing like just some facts that have come to light that involve us three at the moment. So I don't want to like. I'm going to keep it simple and we're factual. And obviously, I'm not going to say there are loads of people on the panel doing this, that, and the other. Do you know what I mean?
Hit the like button, people. Always, please. Yeah, man. Respect Blue Moon.
Carol, respect to you. You might remember this because it was around the time after we did our New Year's video. I don't know whether you remember a baby Jesus channel. You probably will as I go into this. I don't know why that camera wasn't working because I would have showed the proof, but I think I can send all the proof for you to put on your community page, can I?
I'll do that. I'll
yeah.
put it up for you.
Yeah.
If anybody's not subscribed to the Cumbrian Truth, I've just started putting some stuff up already now.
If you want to, or you need your link, but I don't know how to do it from here. If any of the mods can do it.
Steam Mac a mod?
Yeah, Steve Max mod.
Steam Mac, I'll put it in.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, right, let me get this started. Let me get the ball rocking and rolling here. Look, I spotted something 4 days ago when a baby Jesus popped up onto YouTube. This man he's lying to the public. He's a con man. He's trying to get the sympathy vote off a load of people. And what I know is, at the start, this man's coming out and saying that he has been to start off with
Do you want me to go from the very, yeah, go on. Do you want me to go from the very beginning or what?
Yeah, you go from the beginning and now.
Right, yeah, right. So I don't know whether you will remember. It was about the time that it was the time when our house was getting attacked. I think 2 windows had been put through at that point, right? I was in a right state, as you all know, and I was petrified. So all of a sudden, I was shown something on YouTube that somebody had seen, and it was from a Baby Jesus account. Now, this person, I had never once been on his channel. I'd never once heard of his channel. I'd never spoken to him, didn't know who he was or anything. And I was sent, I just get the thingy up so I can read it as it was sent to me. So you imagine at this time, the house is under attack, and then I get this. 2 seconds. Just go to DP. Right, hold on.
And all this here has been sent to my side of YouTube with a source that's just done a live with this man as well, and he will be coming on.
So you'll be able to see all these for yourself. Actually, yeah, I'm just putting this straight with all this madness that's going on. So all I seen was somebody in a crash helmet and a scarf under the crash helmet, which was quite daunting at the time because, as I say, the house had been attacked. We didn't know what was going on, and I had this looked at this post, and it said it's coming to MC very soon, like a M letter M. So I was thinking, does that mean me? So Maria had put underneath, who is MC? And he put, sorry, MSC, it's coming to very soon, right? So Maria put, why, what's she done? And she also said, because I tried to say, look, who are you? And he blocked me. So she said, why have you got her blocked? I'm not getting involved in this if you're part of MSC's problem, what's going on? So he replied to Maria, the problem he had with me. Now, I didn't remember this bit until I've seen the screenshots because he said that many different stories. His reply was, she's part of Rafe's crew. So somebody's put, coming to Emma soon, you're hard, aren't you? So Emma's part of Rafe's crew and you're saying it's coming to her soon. Come on, Charlie Big Potatoes, what's coming? So I was just horrified because, as I said, he had me blocked. I didn't tell Brian at the time, he had enough stress going on. But I was obviously panicking and trying to find out what was going on. So the next thing, he put another one up saying, eyes don't lie. It's got that live carol that we did at New Year unplanned, right? Eyes don't lie. And M's godly people with the mouth of Satan. And he's tagged at Decca Hickey and Darren G. So it says Emma Cockle, Brian Cockle, both doing drugs on live exposure. Very funny. And that was from some other channel. Then he put another post up with a poll saying, is at Brian Cockle Mrs. a Christian druggie? You've got three answers. One's yes, one's blatantly obvious, and no, she's a devout Christian. So it seemed to be all about my beliefs in Jesus. And as I said, I didn't know where it come from. So the person who he shared the video from, at the time, there was a few video channels that came out, and there were troll channels who were trolling us. Dark Horse, Video Grapist, New Breed of Grass, and lots of others that were doing the same thing. So that video channel where he shared it from said, who, Miss Piggy? And he's replied, she's a follower of Jesus with the mouth of Satan, right? So somebody's put, Maria's connected to the Cockrells, and he's put, so I've been told by a good source. She openly says she's friends with MSC, no need for a source. Not good. But all these names that are on here are the same old trolls that are on the trolling channels that are about now. He's then carried on. Maria's obviously had a chat about some kind of place where he was staying, this, that, and the other. So he started going quite public and started doing quite a few lives. And on one of those lives, somebody I know had looked at the DBS that he was showing and had seen an address on it. And I think it was more for me to say, like, well, if anything happens to your house or anything happens to you, because as I say, he was threatening to come for me and I was getting it next. He didn't say Brian's getting it next, it was me, a girl. So I have every right then, if a man is threatening me or coming to the house to do anything to me, I think I'm well within my rights to have that on hand in case I need to contact the police. Because obviously I'm a woman, I'm not a gangster, and he's threatening to come to my home. So I then sent him a message, which is on a screen recording. It's going to be on Cumbria and Truth's channel. And on the screen recording, it says, right, 1 minute. 2 minutes. We weren't really prepared for this, but I'll tell you the reason why in a minute. So I said to him, right, I'm going to swear, but because what else we found out as well, he was there was a lot of posts about him scamming people as well, due to a pyramid scheme. I'll explain about that in a sec. So I've looked you up. I think you're a blagger and a scammer. I found you in seconds. You fuck up, meaning he's a fuck up. And you showed your address, right? So he put, you never found me. I revealed myself. So then he said, hi, Emma. I said to him, hi, Ben, I don't know what is going on. The first I've heard about you was when you said you were coming for me on a YouTube comment. I have no idea who you are or why you would say that. Can you please explain what is going on? And I also said to him, I plan on exposing you for what you are scamming with your partner, pretending to be life coach, and it's really a pyramid scheme. And there's a lot of women being scammed from what I can see when I've done some research. So I said, why would you say I'm getting what's coming to me? Why are you saying I threatened to smash property up? Why are you lying? I have been through hell with the damage to my house and wouldn't wish it on anybody. And then he's put hi Emma again. So that's me on the 29th of May, right, when I first ever contacted him, saying, why are you doing it? And asking him why he's threatening me and stuff. At no point, and you'll see for yourself, do I say I am going to go and smash his property up, because he states that he's got proof of me saying this. At no point have I ever said this. So, to cut a long one short, I did look into him, and he was part of a pyramid scheme. As you know, pyramid schemes are illegal in the UK. They tend to focus on, especially when it was a pyramid scheme of doing what he's doing with weight loss and different things like that. And I won't say the full name, it's called something Life. You get like a lot of mums who were wanting to lose weight. They promised the goods. They said if they get like 6 people to enroll and this, that, and the other, they're going to get a lot of money. Recruits members via a promise of payments or services for enrolling others into the scheme. As recruiting multiples, recruiting becomes quickly impossible, and most members are unable to profit. Pyramid schemes are unsustainable and often illegal. So that was one little thing I found in it up, and I just get my pictures again because I wanted to get it all right before I come on. So the more I was reading into it and I was seeing like reviews, there was a lot of people saying I haven't had any payment or anything. A pyramid scheme is a scam where a so-called marketing company promises to help you earn big profits in exchange for recruiting new participants in the scheme. It's a fraudulent system of making money based on recruiting an ever-increasing number of investors. So basically, they're getting money for people to put into it all the time with the promise of, oh, you'll get this, that, and the other. I think you've got to make an initial payment to them as well. Yeah, you definitely do. The initial promoters recruit investors who in turn recruit more investors and so on. The scheme is called a pyramid because at each level the number of investors increases. And the only ones that make money are the people that are doing this, which is the person I'm talking about with his partner.
Yes.
So he also said he was a life coach. And when I went onto the Instagram account, there was multiple accounts for him and multiple accounts for his business partner. It was all like photographs of like really lavish places, yachts, like a lavish lifestyle. And it was like, get in touch with me. I've been whatever, the depths of despair, I think is what he says, or rock bottom, and you too can have a life like this. So it's like automatically you're looking at that, and people who are in the depths of despair, where I've been there myself, would probably look at that and think, oh, as if you can have a life like this. And really, it's all about the pyramid scheme. There's people being charged for life coaching sessions, which I've put complaints up on Reddit and many more places saying they didn't receive any emails, and when they tried to call a number, they were blocked. So I just put it down to he was part of the trolls that came along at that time, and I'd forgotten about it. So the next thing I hear, he's reared his minus a crash helmet head. He's reared his head up on a channel, doing a live about me last week. He's then gone on to other places saying that I've got the mouth of a monster and Satan, I was going to smash his house up and this, that and the other. So I thought, well, why is he lying like this? Because I've got all the proof. So I went on to Expos the other night. I didn't know what had been going on. I had seen someone who's got a channel on YouTube in the comments who then started going on about my religious beliefs in Christianity and saying, what would your friend Jesus think about you mocking a survivor of abuse? Right, one thing's for sure, I would never do that, because as I've also sent the proof for, he's got permission to put out on his channel also, I was attacked by 2 men in my own home who tried to rape me. So that's one thing I would never ever do. I'd never mock any type of abuse that was going on to people. So it was starting to get into my head a bit, because I was thinking, well, why is this all of a sudden resurfaced? And then obviously I went into Expos, realised there was an issue with poor PP that had been twisted. This man then asked me to jump on a panel on Expos and said, can you get her onto the panel, meaning me? I went onto the panel. He tried to deny sending me the post first. He tried to say he'd said it because I'd threatened to smash his house up. Then he admitted that I hadn't said that and he'd done the post, but he's only admitted to one post. There's several, as you will see on Cumbrian Truth's channel. So he is still sat there tonight doing yet another live saying about the female who threatened to smash his house up, this, that, and the other. So do you want to take over for a bit, Cumbrian, Maria? And
Yeah, Maria's backstage. She's backed out.
oh,
But this man, I seen this man. What? He tagged me in a video. Never once.
Nice one.
Never once come across this man in my whole entire life. He stated in his live that he was known associate with this side of YouTube's wrong'uns. Won't go into names. You all know probably if you know who I am. And big them up. And has always been on their side. Now, I have just watched, I know I want to strike on this, Venom's live. And I've got a good judge of character when it comes to this YouTube. And when I looked at this man, and I've watched him for a few days now, and everything he comes out with is a lie, he's a good storyteller. You can see everything he mentions goes onto a pyramid scheme. We on this corner of YouTube don't go at women at all, right? And for a man to come out and say what I've seen tonight, it's scandalous because of the stuff Emma's been through with the other YouTube divvies and trying to manipulate Brian Emma, trying to threaten her, trying to troll her. And when she asked him to stop, he carried on.
yeah.
I've asked him to stop numerous times as well, you know.
Yeah.
And I haven't even listened. He must have sent me loads and loads of voice notes. But I'll say one thing, Venom, that you brought up as well. You said he apologised. So, yes, but when he said that apology, he then went on to tell you tonight that I then carried on posting about him. I did not. That's another lie. What could be proved also. The next day, PP...
There's a lot of inconsistencies with all his stories.
Yeah, definitely. But PP put a video up of where his poor dog, when it was in its last few hours of life, had been put up. The pictures were taken out of his, obviously his Facebook, the picture of the dog, and they said that, well, I want to tell you the truth. The reason why I just apologised yesterday on Expos, but she threatened to smash my house up. She's got the voice of a monster, and the vile and disgusting messages she sent about smashing my house up. Any of you that know me know that I haven't even got that in me to say that to people, right? And also, when I've just showed company with it tonight, obviously, there's no denying because I've screen recorded it all. And the post he's put out, he was tagging the likes of Dikiki, like say, we had problems with. I think that it come from that side, this side. It seemed a lot of people who are wrong and that he was tagging also. So when he carried on mentioning me the next day, I messaged him again and said, look, I thought this was all finished with, but you've got a post up stating my maiden name on Instagram. You've got it
which
up
is
there,
doxing.
right? Which is doxing, yeah. I said, you've got my maiden name up, my normal name. You're saying this, that, and the other. I said, and that was the post that I seen he tagged you in, because you said, why have you tagged me in this? Come in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the post.
Yeah.
So my maiden name is because that's just for my family members, and but he persisted to go on to other clip channels and say things and say I'd threatened to smash his house up. I've got the fire in his mouth and this, that, and the other. But then tonight he was saying, but she wouldn't leave me alone. All I said to him was, look, please, I don't understand where all this is coming from. As I said to you in the beginning, I never knew you. I said it to you last night on Expos. I just don't understand what it's all about. I never once swore at him, only in the first sentence, right? Because there was post after post coming up about me, even polls, and saying about drugs and this, that, and the other. And is she a fake Christian or blah, blah, blah. And I was just like horrified. And it was all the usual suspects commenting underneath, as I say, the ones that are on the troll channels now, all the same names. And I was just beside myself, basically. And I said, you've fucked up because you've shown a blooming DBS form and it's got your address on, right? But me saying you fucked up doesn't mean to say that I've threatened to go and smash him and his house up. So I thought he meant the house in England, right, which he was showing his DBS from. It turns out tonight on Venomous, he said it was his house in the Philippines or wherever he is. I don't really know. So I don't know what he thinks I was going to do. Jump on to
Indonesia
and a plane and go and smash it up places. I don't know. But your lies have now made me need to address this, because you have stated you're going on another person's channel, the one who attacked me for having a friend in Jesus, in the prior to Expos live happening in the chat, and accused me of mocking sexual abuse victims, which I would never do. As I say, I've been, I'll just say it as it is, because it is me I'm talking about. I've been sexually assaulted by two men in my own home while they were referring to me as a 6-year-old girl. Right?
Can I just butt in 1 second? Now I have had the proof, and there's a man called Venom in the chat. Now I have sent that to him. So, and it's not a lie.
No. So I just, because before that's what I was worried about, because like people probably say, oh, she's lying, but Brian lies, she lies, whatever. No, this really did happen. So I would never mock anybody like that. But what I don't understand is why this man came and mentioned me in the first place and threatened to come after me with a menacing crash helmet on and not showing his face and doing all these polls and stuff. Now he's come around and he's saying, like, trying to make me out to be like smashing houses up, but he's used 3 reasons or 4 reasons. He said the first one because I was part of Rave's crew. The second one was because I threatened to smash his house up. This is what he said in Expose the other night. I said, no, I did not. I'm not. And you're lying. I can prove this. And the third one was because on Expose the other night was because I was a Christian and Brian was sat there threatening to kill tinfoil, right? So that made me wonder as well. I thought that's now 3 different ones.
Aren't life coaches meant to be positive people? He's about as positive as fucking, I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
No,
There's no positive in him, is there?
From what I can gather, he mentioned NA, right? NA is the rooms. I know a lot of people who've done them. I personally haven't. I'd like to know what step he's on or how long he was in there.
I've got a question for him. Where did he meet Lewis Taylor? I'd like to know his story of how he met Lewis Taylor. That's what I'd like to know.
If we're asking questions, let me jump in here right now. Right? How did he get in contact with Sean Atwood? Was it through Dean Lynch Ward? Now, and also, you're bringing these accusations up about these miners doing this to you, right? You stated the other day it was 3 people, right? Tonight, you come out and said it was 4. And then you said, oh, it was 4, and there was another 2. So was there 6 people around you at the time? And the other little thing is, I did get in touch with Chris Lambino because my mate knows him, right? And why did you leave this country? Why did you leave London? Because you owed a 12 grand debt, and you're the man of the money. It doesn't make sense. You don't make sense.
And it's like
what horrifies me is them women are now grandparents.
Yeah, and I said to you,
one of them is bound to be a nonce from that. No, come on, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but Maria, they obviously were for doing that to a boy of that age in the first place.
I know, but he was saying, they were experimenting, but one of them might have gone on to do it more. Do you know what I mean?
Maria, 2 seconds. But wouldn't you think that man who's been through an enlightenment spiritual journey would then have that on his head? Because I know that I never forget a single bit, and you can ask me my story and it does not change, right? And no matter how many drugs I was on in the past and stuff like that, right, to try and block things out, my story never changed on that. It was the most horrific experience ever, and my story still, you can ask me in another 10 years, it won't change, right? Wouldn't you be worried about with these being 4 females if they've got children of their own as well? That would worry me. Maybe it's even.
But another thing is, what about it? What about the repercussions of him telling his story? Don't you think that they're going to contact him now or something? Do you know what I mean? It's just all weird, isn't it?
Yeah. So I believe, right, because I'm going to say as it is, right? I
can't.
know he is a liar because he's lied about me so many times, right? He did come onto YouTube for the first time and purposely target me, right? And at the end of the day, I've just Expo. Are you? Do you want to jump on Expo? Yeah, jump on. Right, hold on 2 minutes.
Way up, Venom. Jump on as well, Venom, because I want your opinion to what's been said as well.
I've got loads to tell you, Expo, when you come on. It's this is why I've had to blooming thingy it, because it's just getting outrageous now.
I put it in chat, Emma.
I am doing it. Right, I think.
No, I put it in chat. I've done it already.
Have you got it, Expo?
I posted the link you sent me.
Right, Expo, we've got. Right, so Expo's starting a live. We'll jump on in front. Expo, Venom's jumping on. He's in the backside now. So do you want to just flip on for 2 seconds?
What's happening, Venom?
Hello.
Yo.
Sorry if the dogs kick off. I'll mute it and take them outside to do them.
So what do you reckon to what Emma's got to say?
Absolutely gobsmacked. See,
now, wait there, 1 second, Emma. Now do you understand why I was pissed off?
Oh, yeah, but I didn't know any of this. And with it last night where it was apologising, forgiven. I thought nothing of all that.
Yeah.
Venom, that pyramid scheme thing that me and Emma sussed out, we sussed it out last year. People weren't listening to us. But yeah, I've got all the evidence. I'll send it you all that we found.
No, you don't need to
The
tell
thing
me
that
anything,
got
honestly.
me, Venom, was because when I was on Exposed the other night, obviously it's been some time, there's been a lot of stuff going on. As Expo said that night, there was a lot going on at the house. So I've got the screen recording of actually what I said to him, which is going on the Cumbrian Truth community post. He also said, I'm going for MSc, right? And this is exactly what happened. But when I've actually looked at the messages, his reasons for doing it to Maria was because he said I was part of Rafe's crew. Then he said on Expos the other night it was because I'd threatened to smash his home up, which was a lie. And then he said it was because I was a Christian and Brian was threatening to kill tinfoil. He's come up with so many lies. It's like it's constant lies, and I've got every single bit of truth. And it's just, why would he do this? And why does he keep doing it? He apologised the other day. I accepted. He wouldn't leave it at that. He went onto a John Doe channel and then said, oh, she's the real reason is she's trying to smash my house up, but I felt like I was pressured into apologising. Like, I just think it's crazy. I found out a lot about you at the time because obviously you threatened to come after me. And what I did find out is that you were a part of a pyramid scheme, which you must have mentioned tonight in the live when you were on it. You must have mentioned the name at least 8 to 10 times, right, of the scheme.
Who's this, that Ben?
Right? And also, there was people on TikTok, there was people on the internet who had put money into things and you hadn't answered them. There was people that had sent money for the life coaching sessions, and they were said that they weren't replied to by the email. The company in Company's House has folded loads of times and changed the name, just like maybe putting like tiny little change into the name and stuff. I just don't know why you're targeting me, why you feel the need to target me, why you have the posts are actually coming on. Expo, if you're still there, the posts were all about Christianity, which you were right about. It was about me being a Christian. He put, eyes don't lie, and M's godly people with mouths of Satan, while tagging Dickie Hickey in it and Darren G. Then he put, it's Brian Cockles, Mrs. a Christian cookie. Yes, blatantly obvious. No, she's a devout Christian. These are the polls he was putting up. It wasn't just one or two, like one post. It carried on all week. She's a follower of Jesus with the mouth of Satan. It's just absolute insanity, right? And I just don't know why you're saying I'm trying to mock people who've been abused. As I said, I would never do that. I've sent the proof that I've been sexually assaulted myself, and it's going to be out there for everyone to see before anyone says I'm lying about that. But I just
He's
don't
a
know
totally
what
different person.
He
Than what he comes across as.
also said on the live with that Grassmonson exposure that I doxed his address. May I tell you, I doxed a hotel
Yeah.
where he does photo shoots. I did not dox his address. I
Let
didn't.
me
I
just
wouldn't
have
even be able to
my
find
share
it. I'm
sec.
not that good.
Let me have my share sec. You look at a man like this, and I've come across a lot of them on here, right? Brand new to YouTube, hasn't got many followers, right? You will make anything up to gain the public's vote. And it worked for him. I seen it straight away, and I did say to you the other day, I don't trust this man. And when I was watching your live, right, I went on the account first when I first come on yours. There was someone else on it, and then I got told about him, what he's saying, and then I went, I come on, and I was like, if you can't see what this man does, right, by his facial expressions and his stories, then he's not a. If he can target a woman, right, what we don't stand for, and you know that.
Oh yeah.
And there is proof there which you stand for, right? Now, I'm not judging you, I'm not falling out with you, but I've always stuck by you, and you should have listened when I was saying boom, 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 boom. And when I come on the panel, I wouldn't come on yours and cause shit like that.
And Venom, see, we've got that much shit going on, and it's absolutely madness what's been going on at the house. And I don't care whether he says what he says. It was only for you saying I don't agree with any of that. What happened at the house? That happened when he came about. When the trolling channels came about, as I said, there was 3 of them that came. Dark Horse, Video Rapist, this PDF videos. New breed of grasses, this, that, and the other, all targeting Brian, this, that, and the other, showing the house getting attacked, and then he's come along, saying, shit's coming to MC first. He said Maria, didn't he? Maria said he was MC, and he went MSC. He didn't say Brian, he just said Emma, as I said, and then he started coming out with all this Christianity posts all that week, saying I was
Come on, Venom. A life coach won't behave like he behaves.
And I had the house attacked, so the last thing I would say, and you know what, I got a little bit thingy tonight because I actually seen the message I sent to him, and it was like, I wouldn't wish this on anybody. We're having our house attacked and everything. Please, will you, like, just stop? I don't know why you're doing this to me, and different things like that. And I was like, more or less, like, begging him. I wasn't nasty in any way, and he's making out as if, like, I've got the mouth of Satan. I've got vile monster messages sent to him. I just don't know what he's trying to do. I really don't.
I'll address something else as well. It's pretty easy to see why Emma's getting targeted, right? He was bigging up, let's just say, Des, for instance, and bird shit. Now, these 2 people now have problems with Bri. But the problem is with Bri, and it should not be with his wife. Who, let's not in a disrespectful way, Emma, it's an easy target.
Can I say, he said he doesn't even believe about the Sarah's law. He called me a liar about that. And I'll say it again publicly that I did get a reveal.
On your thing tonight, Venom, he said there was a big man in the corner, so which we all knew was who it was, right? And he said, I'll give you a call tomorrow, Emsy, was Dave's exact words, right? And he's tried to make that out as if it was going to be a call for him to be sorted out. So, I mean, I just believe that the lies he's telling is, like, dangerous, really. I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, because I offered him to come on a live to address it, and he wouldn't.
I accepted the apology, but then she still went on, and I didn't. He, as PP showed the video, it was all about me and PP, and he felt pressured to apologise. He's called Expo and PP the names that he was accusing PP of saying to him. He's called him them on your show tonight. I just don't know. He's a very worrying individual, and I do know that if you do your research, he is part of a massive pyramid scam. If you go onto even TikTok, it's all over there. And
he hates it when I say that to him, that it's a scam. He goes mad at me.
A lot of money. There've been people that have put money into life coaching, and it's just very worrying that somebody like that could be around people who are at rock bottom and really believe in all these photoshopped pictures in lovely islands with yachts and all that, and it's just all about getting money out of people. And
well, that's why
Shell, do you know what else as well? Him and his partner, his business partner, the multiple accounts that they had on Instagram, but the ones they've got now have both got the same pictures. They've both got the same tattoos on the back when they're stood in these picture poses, right? They've both got the same girls on the pictures as well. It's absolute insanity. But if you were at rock bottom and you've seen that and thought, oh, he was where I was not long ago, and look now, he's got yachts and he's got surrounded by all fabulous things. It's like the devil comes to seek us with shiny traps, and this is exactly what I see when I look at his Instagram.
Well, that's why I was asking him tonight when people were saying pyramid scheme. I said, are you asking for any money up front or anything? And he was saying no.
Yeah, because what they do with the pyramid scheme is you have to put. So what they promise them the goods, and then they say you get 6 and you're going to get all these payments, but you have to pay an initial. I've made a phone call to the company that he had on, right, and he's the one he's working for, and I said, how do I become part of this? So your first initial thing is if you want to be just a customer, you pay £25 right up front. And then if you want to be a director, where they promise you that you'll start getting paid straight away, you'll be part of the team, that you'll get people underneath you, so you get paid. So as it works out, all these poor people who put money in, and it's targeted towards women, right? Probably because the stuff promises weight loss, it promises this, that, and the other. So you're not women like for weight loss stuff, and I've done it myself. And they promised, oh, if you get another few people just to sign up and send this deposit. And then all the businesses are folded with all the deposits. People don't get anything. One mother was left at Christmas with nothing because she had to give her friends some money back and stuff. Then he's also got his other scam where he's promising people to talk to him for 45 minutes, talk to him for an hour, ludicrous amounts of money. Now, if I thought for 1 minute he was talking to me, I dread to think what type of people he's talking to. Vulnerable people
Definitely.
like that.
Definitely.
People like rock bottom.
I'm going to see if I can get him back on to come through, come out with it all.
It's crazy.
And let me just suggest a few more little. I'll do one by one. Right. This man has said that Bry speaks to fucking Dave Courtney. He does not. I have spoke Bry face to face over the phone.
When did he say that?
In your chat.
Brian has never once spoke to Dave Courtney, not ever.
I thought he said he didn't know Dave Courtney.
Yes, he does.
No, I'm just saying, was it in the chat tonight, was it?
Oh, yeah.
So I don't.
He also stated on Holden's Live that it was okay to be a grass if you got caught doing something with your friends and it was to get you out of a situation and you to be free, it was okay to grass. He then went on to say a well-known London fella's name, which the podcast is out there, but I'm still not going to say it. And his brother got jailed for a long time. He's stating on there what he was selling for them. It was out this grass thing. That lad's now doing a long time in prison. And then all of a sudden he went into rehab. Now, another thing, that Jimmy, the one who always has him on, I do believe they came out of rehab around the same time, from what I can gather. But it's absolutely insanity. And it was, Expo was right. He said it's about Jesus. And he was right, because when I've gone back to the post, I didn't remember. And it was all saying, is she a fake Christian? Is she this? Is she that? And it's just absolutely crazy. I just don't know. But I don't know why he's going for me, and I don't know why he's telling lies about me. And when I seen your live tonight, it was perfectly obvious who he was on about. And I thought, this is now getting outrageous. And he's not going to stop. Maria's asked him to stop loads of times. He was supposed to have apologised, and it was supposed to be forgotten about. He had my maiden name doxed on his community post the next day.
Do you want me to try and get him on with Ash?
Eh?
Do you want me to see if you'll do a live with Ash?
Well, he certainly wouldn't come on with me, and
that's what I mean. And I didn't want to put you, because
I tried to get him on with me, him, and Jimmy, his mate. You know, Grassing on some exposure, but he had none of it. But it's all right to go on live and talk about us.
1 second, ladies. 1 second. Hey, Venom. And when we talk on the regular about people like that who won't back up and won't come on, what is it? And what have I always said? They've got something to hide.
Yeah.
Well, I want to come on with 2 women just to address the situation. I don't know. We'll just talk to him exactly like we've talked to you, Venom. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't know none of this, otherwise it wouldn't have happened.
We're not that scary.
the only thing that got me with him was he really duped me into the sexual abuse claims because you
No,
could see it in his eyes.
nobody's
And that.
saying it's not true, but there is some
Hold on,
inconsistencies
mate, I'll
with his
make you a
stories.
moderator.
Yeah, no, it's just
Do you know? And then right
Yeah.
in that article that he's posted on his community post, like this apparent author, somebody wrote a bit about him in the book, didn't they? Apparently, that inspired them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And
That's what he
but
said tonight.
in there he says he was 11, but then on exposure he said he was 10, didn't he?
Well,
so
that's
come on,
what he
do you know
said
what I mean?
tonight,
You'd
wasn't
know how
it?
old you was, wouldn't you?
He said tonight it was 11 or 10. They come out with some excuse over.
And I'm not being funny,
I can't
Venom,
remember.
but you know when that thing happened to me, I went into the depths of despair, and I
know.
went into taking loads of drugs and stuff like that, and then I ended up in a right mess of my life, and I ended up getting on my knees praying to Jesus, and I remembered the lad had told me a story about Shane Taylor who changed his life around through Jesus, and I messaged Shane, and I went on to church. I then ended up, I never come out with all this. I was part of the Message Trust. I got a lot of people into rehabs. I helped a lot of women who had suffered domestic violence and stuff. I won the Urban Hero Award for the Message Trust, and I absolutely love Jesus, right? And it's just insanity to think that he can't remember when that thing happened to him, because even though I've changed my life around and I'm not on drugs, my story, that's one thing, right? When I was talking to my friend about it the other day, we brought it up because it was just mentioned in passing, because I'd had like a little triggering of stuff the other week, and I'd suffered really bad with anxiety and stuff. It was after someone had come out on YouTube calling me all the paedophiles and different things under the sun. I think you know what I'm about. So it triggered a lot of stuff off, and I was talking to my friend, and she said to me, "Do you realise, Emma, from the day that I walked in your house when you told me it had happened the night before," she said, "the story's never changed. It's that much of a significant thing in your life, and a lot of people tell you your story doesn't change." And it's, I don't know, it's like this, I'm a established author, carry on. There's 2 paragraphs in someone else's book. I wrote Brian's book, but I wouldn't go around saying I was an author. It's like all these things are like to
bloody cleaning.
make this profile look wonderful. But you need to read all the people that have been scammed by it.
You see, all I done was had a look at what he's doing now, and he was doing like life coaching, but you paid the session.
Yeah, but he was doing life coaching when he came onto YouTube with a crash helmet and decided that his video that he wrote about me underneath was exposing bacons, and he came on with a crash helmet, scarf underneath it, and was saying, "I'm coming after MSC." I've got all the proof of it there.
Yeah, I've seen the video. I've seen the pictures of the crash
So
helmet before.
Why do you think he just singled me out, and why did he carry on singling me out? Why is he now reared his head again to single me out again? Because if that's a life coach who's doing stuff like that to people and telling blatant lies about why they've done it, right?
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. If a man like that says he's a life coach, and then asking vulnerable people for money, targeting women, right, trolling online, do you think that's life coach material?
Exactly. No. Is it? No. That's what I was trying to say.
It's like you can't possibly be a life coach, and that's worrying that people like him and his partner, who he's in business with, can actually sit there and call themselves life coaches. It's crazy, because I believe the things he's stating, when I've known people who've done the 12 steps, I wasn't into the 12 steps, I just went straight to Jesus. 12 steps is based a lot on Jesus, don't get me wrong, but they give you a thing to get your higher power, could be a chair leg or whatever, where the only higher power is Jesus. So a lot of the things he was saying, I do believe are stories that get shared in that room, right? Because they all share each other's stories. Don't think for 1 minute, for the length of time he was in rehab, that he could have completed the 12-step program. I also
Gav called him out on that
believe
before.
That you can come out of there after 6 months and then claim to be a life coach and turn people's lives around. I just find it all worrying, and there's a lot of worrying things. But
yeah, well, Gav B was asking about the rehab and all that, and he was saying some things that pricked my ears up a little bit about how long he'd been in there and had he completed this, and he couldn't answer.
And I'm sorry for interrupting, but life coaches and people who do change people's life around, right? The last thing they do is advertise about it, right? Because it's somebody else's story and it's confidentiality, right? If that person's come to you in the depths of despair, it's confidential. And he's putting these testimonials out, but he's done that on the multiple accounts he's had. I don't think half the people probably exist. I'm going to go as far as saying that. He's also, it's all about like showing online. I'm going to give a week's wages away to the next so many people who contact me, right? Then he goes straight to this roadside. You can see the kids from Manila, very, very, you can tell they haven't got much money and stuff. And he's videoing it. Now, all this is just to make himself look good, right? Real people who do this type of thing don't do it for the glory.
Yeah.
It's like you don't video yourself giving, I can give a week's wage away as if it's like nothing, right? To two poor little girls sitting on the roadside. You can have this life, a yacht with like 2 models on it. For some reason, he's not dressed on it, right? Which I found disturbing. It's just, there's loads of stuff. And when you look at both of him and his business partner, it's exactly the same pictures. So what I do believe is that they've ordered a photographer for some kind of photo shoot to make the pages look authentic or whatever. They've each had at least, I would say, 12, one's had 12 and one's had 10 accounts on Instagram. They got shut down quickly if there's any bad press on it. Go on to TikTok. There's even videos on YouTube of his partner who's the scammer as well. But I'm just not going to sit back. I was just,
you shouldn't sit back.
That would have been it. But to carry on doing lives and lie and say that I've then gone, mentioned his name again, I've had enough, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. However long it takes me, I want him to sit on the live with me and tell me why he came for me in the beginning, at that point of my life when I was really, really vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
And why he said it was because I was part of Rafe's crew, which is in black and white there. I'd forgot about that bit. And then it was because I threatened to smash his house up. And then it was because Brian had threatened tinfoil's life and that I was a Christian, so we were fake. I want to know what he's all about, because it's worrying, because there's nothing truth coming out of his mouth.
Would you be all right on a live with him if I could get him to agree?
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't even raise my voice.
I don't know whether he will now. Now I've been on here and heard this, I don't know whether he will. But, or I could try and get him on the live. Well, he's gonna. No point me saying. I was going to say get him on the live and bring you on.
More or less forced him to.
At the end of the day, what can we do to him on a live? Nothing. If you don't like what we hear, we can go, can't it?
Raise my voice.
If he refuses a live, then it shows he's hiding a hell of a lot.
Hey, do you know what, Venom? It was me that he was trying to say, when she contacted me and I think she's in danger. No, I'm not in fucking danger. Well, he just talks utter shit. I can screen record my full chat with him, actually.
Well, proper comment, don't they? Do you think that's why he's over where he is? Because he can get away with it?
Yes.
Or can you not get away with it over there?
100%.
I don't know what the laws are. But at the end of the day, we knew about this last year. If he'd have left us alone, we would have left him to it. But no, he's peckered our heads.
Yeah.
I don't know why
He's
he keeps
told
coming
us.
for
But
me. I honestly don't.
he needs
It's like,
taking off one way or the other anyway, doesn't he?
I don't know why he
It's-
keeps saying
He's got to take
Jenny,
someone
Do you
else.
know what though, Venom?
wanna
I don't
get
know
to
if
the bottom of
he's
it.
vulnerable because he fucking believes this guy is the top notch. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if he's like proper mental and he actually thinks that this Lewis guy is top notch, or if he's actually
No, because
deep involved. I don't know what's going on.
He never mentioned
pyramid schemes,
he hasn't
Maria.
mentioned that guy to me.
Maria,
I
you
know.
can't think that's top notch because with a pyramid scheme, you soon get to
Oh, I know how it works,
right?
but I
When
don't
you're
know how
part of
deep
it,
in
it's not-
he is.
because they're probably partners and they're doing it together. As I said, they've got the same pictures, the
Well,
same.
that's what I'm thinking. That's why we need to know how they met, Emma. You know where I'm coming from with that,
Yeah,
don't you?
but if he's going to lie like he has now,
Yeah,
why
I
is he
still
gonna
want to
start
see what he
telling the truth?
says. I want to see
All
if
I
he's going to
want
be
to
honest
know,
for
I'm
a
not
change.
interested
What?
in his life and how many people. I'm worried for the people he scammed. But
There's got to be back traces to it, though.
But the only thing they'll do is they'll just change the name.
That's what
yeah, but there's got to be ways of following it back with the names and all that, so anyone put it out there and someone might know them.
Yeah. See, I think we can do that. I think we can
I think
definitely
more
to it.
Putting it out there and trying to find people is what's needed with them.
But what I want to know, and
there's lots of people on TikTok, Venom.
I'm not on that.
Talk said he's going to do a live for me tomorrow. I want to just sit down normal with him, and I want to say, right, I want the real reason, not the pretend reason or the lies or anything like that. I want to know why you specifically came onto YouTube that day and did what you did to me and carried on for a full week. I was beside myself when all that was going on. Absolutely.
I'm not surprised. I know. It's absolutely disgraceful what's been happening.
And I've never been right since. And you've got these other channels now doing the clips with Brian every day. Honestly. And you've got that other one who started with me the other week. And the other week, I'm not ashamed to say, I did get a load of tablets together and I thought, I really can't cope with anymore. And I thought, I'd just rather be dead. Right? And this is what the driving it to, and it's like.
And the thing is, if he's doing that to you, how many others is he doing it to?
I know.
Well, if I say to him, is there any chance of you going on a live with Emmett just to talk?
Yeah.
If we say to him, not about his business, but just to talk, the reason why he's going after you.
Mm-hmm. I just want the truth because
I don't know whether he will, because I have only met him the other day and I saw him come on a while ago and he had nice pictures, but I haven't seen any of the other stuff. You know what I mean? But I'll ask him.
I just think that I think that at that time I do know that loads of other trolling channels appeared and they kept coming on our lives and threatening us, and it was at the same time because Carol's in the chat. I did a live with the mother of Lee Duffy's children on New Year, and we'd had a little bit with Steve official topic talk, and he'll tell you. And it was supposed to be carrying the Orky night with Bloody Maria, right? And I was putting songs on, and they were leaving me to sing, and not one of them was singing. So I said, Carol, will you help me? And it was totally unplanned, and me and Carol ended up talking about a life with Lee and different things. The first time she's ever spoken. And then the next day, Carol and I were clipped all over the place. Because I'd done it in the living room. The dog kept knocking the charger out the laptop, and it was New Year's Eve. I was looking at my phone. My phone was beeping, those people saying Happy New Year and stuff. And they changed that into that I got past the CD case. I mean, who has CD cases nowadays? Because I haven't had one for about 10 years, I don't think. And they said that I'd actually been snorting cocaine off it, right? Which was absolutely ludicrous. I was full of cold. It was New Year's Eve. I had a sty on my eye, which they were accusing Brian of battering me. It was just insanity. So this video got shared by these troll channels, and this is where he shared the video from. And it's exactly the time this new breed of grasses, the dark horse, this one, the other one, right? We're all the same people under it are the same people now that are commenting in clip channels. Well, it's constantly on about Brian and me, Miss Piggy having affairs, and Miss Piggy's done this. Do you know they've even got a picture on them troll channels right now? my 70-year-old sister, Julia, was a 70th birthday party, right? And me and Julia do look like she looks great for 70, like. But Brian had put his arm around her to get a picture taken. They've put a bubble coming out of Brian's mouth saying, "Me and my pig." And that's my 70-year-old sister.
Sick.
What?
The fucking sick.
And
What are people?
honestly, and me and my pig, and then
How would they like it happening to their family?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
That's
it.
horrible.
I hope they know, right? Because I don't care if they clip me and say that I've admitted that I was going to take tablets. I don't care what they say, really, or what they do. But I'm hoping
Yeah, right, what can they do?
That's nothing to be ashamed of, though, is it? That's what life's
Exactly.
pushed
I
you
don't know
to.
why people are saying that.
That we can bring something into YouTube, because, as you know, it's in the USA, so it's hard to get through anyone. And when you're trying to get people to take stuff down, you go through all this defamation stuff.
YouTube
and it's
seems
a nightmare.
to like it all.
There's that Irish person who's still got my details up there, right as we speak, my telephone number, my email address, date of birth, a lot on his channel, and he sat on that same channel.
That's the one that used to be your friend.
I'm a doctor, and he's the doctor himself. Right?
That's the one that used to be your friend. That one.
Yes, the horror bag. Yes, so
I don't even see it. Watch his channel, so.
Yeah, well, and at the end of the day, they're driving people into absolute madness. What I do also want to get out is I want somebody who can do a slideshow of what is actually going on behind the scenes and what we get from the other side. Brian can't do trolling, right? Because he's old school, as you know. So he can't sit there doing all these comments and all that. So what he does is he comes on live and he says exactly what's on his mind.
Yeah.
Right? But you can guarantee till 5 o'clock that morning, his brother who committed suicide through being raped as a child, but he did it later on in life, right, is being mentioned. Why didn't you help me? They say his brother's nickname, and they make the YouTube channel up about, like, calling it Skinny Cockhole. Why did you leave me to burn in hell, Brian? You would be astonished at what we've got, and of the people who are giving all the information to these troll channels as well, where they've admitted threatening to rape me, burn my house down, asking people to do it directly off their accounts. She's got a Google Drive full of it, right? And now, because the police have arrested Brian for threats to kill on him, but still haven't responded to the 999 calls for the petrol bomb to the house. And the trolling group where I had pictures of me with my head going to be blown off and different things. The stuff that I could put out there and show you, right? I've never seen nothing like it in my life. And the people who've seen it said it's beyond any type of trolling they've ever seen. So you've got to understand, Brian will come out and he's open what he does, he speaks openly. These lot do it all behind the scenes.
No, it's getting worse. It's not getting any better. It's getting worse, isn't it?
Disgusting.
They're going to new levels each time, and I struggle to deal with one account, never mind have any others. I just don't know how people do it.
Pictures of a woman, of a feeder, you know, when they get them, because I put weight on with medication after I got attacked and stuff. I'm not using that as an excuse, but I kind of determined to lose it. But I did. But
what's that got to do with someone else?
So they sent a picture of a feeder woman, like from America, said, no, them ones that they have to be hoisted out of the bed. I don't know where they get such pictures from. All the bits and pieces showing, and said, oh, we've got news that she's doing the Northeast rounds and it's you, Emma. And that's
are these on YouTube, these pictures?
This is on a Gary Smasher that added us to me and Maria to a Facebook account.
Oh, over there.
I've got it all, right, and I've never seen anything like it. And the said author is in there also with his name and everything. And they came and arrested Brian. They didn't want to know about the petrol bombing. They wouldn't let me show them any chats or anything that I was getting warning me when things were going to happen. It's insanity. So now I just think the only way forward is
they arrested me.
Is to get it all out there and just show people what has been going on. What drives Brian in their lives.
Certain pictures, though, you want to be careful because they'll just
I wouldn't put them out, obviously. They were sending pictures of my dog with broken legs because my dog got poisoned.
That's what happened to PP today, and he was blaming me. I was like, I don't know where the pictures come from. I think it was John Doe put it up.
It's
And I was like,
not
I haven't got.
worrying. But I believe this baby Jesus or whatever he's called has got to be somewhere in the midst of it all, because the person who he accused me of being part of the crew, right, and them channels that did appear at that time, they all came along at once, and it was like your usual ones underneath it. It's just so easy. You see, it's been happening to us for that long now. I actually know which one's doing what writing. Do you know what I mean? And then you still have these channels doing whatever about Brian Daly and having an affair. If Brian was that dangerous,
channels, you get
trying
to
to
know.
say that he batters women on the last video, if he was that dangerous, then why are they putting a woman in danger, right, by making up stories that I'm having affairs? And
Exactly.
that, you know what I mean?
I said that about the Irish idiots. I said, if anyone's putting anything like that out, they need to put safeguard before they even say anything. Never mind
crazy.
say it.
I'm an absolute
me and Ash,
I
found a Facebook group, and me and Ash looked at it, and it's
don't bring this up.
bad over there, isn't it, Ash? It's called a friendly place now. They keep changing
He said, go and look at this. So I went and looked at it, and next minute I'm bloody commenting, and then, it's creepy.
I found it through a certain person that comes over here from Facebook, because they posted something that linked it to there. I'm not mentioning a name on here, but
see,
and them sort of vile pictures are all over it.
Go on, Emma.
All right, I don't even know what this banter's saying, that I've stated that he told me for months. I do believe in motorsports with buggies, I was saying hello to you, wasn't I? And you were speaking back to me. So coming in here and putting comments like that isn't really.
Is that me?
No, I'm just on about with Banter's coming in saying I find it hard to believe anything. It says, I knew you'd find it hard to believe, and that's why I've even put letters out there with showing I was sexually assaulted in my own home by 2 men. So, because I knew you get people like this saying, "Oh, I can't believe what it says with Bri Lie." Absolutely sickos, lot of you. And
it'll be all right. I will be putting it out. Venom, you've got it.
What's that?
You can put anything out. I'll give anyone you just. And it's probably thinking, but just knock my
I'm going to try and get into it tonight to
put anything out.
See if you go on a live with Emma.
It'd be good for him to address some things.
Yeah, well, he needs to.
We're not calling him a liar about everything. It's just there is some inconsistencies, and when there's inconsistencies, it's hard to believe everything, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's it. Well, I'm gonna as soon as I get off here, I'm gonna message him.
I'd never call someone a liar about things like that, but
I just hope he hasn't shut his Instagram.
I'm worried that them women are now older, and they could, one of them or children, or all of them could be continuing to do it. Well, and did you know, Venom, that he actually knows 2 of them women? Did you know this?
Yeah, he said that's nice. Two were his cousin.
Yeah, exactly. Did he say that? So there is family members. Do you know what I mean? I can't believe it. It's horrendous
what he's been through, and I hope, but is there any chance that he could maybe anonymously ask social services to check these people out? Because if they've done that to a boy of his age, they're wrong uns to start with. So why can't he anonymously just check their children are okay?
Definitely.
Well,
definitely.
It's worrying all of it. It's just all of it.
I can anonymously do that anyway. I just need to do his family tree first to try and find the cousins.
Yeah, because you got his name.
Which wouldn't be hard work. It won't be hard work, I know.
But it's worth doing if you can, definitely.
Well, I know, because it is a worry to me. It is. Do you know what I mean?
That was the first thing on my mind in Exposed Chat the other night when I said, "Did you report it?" And he said, "No, which I understood him was not off." And then I thought, well, when you got your head together through your spiritual enlightenment, that thing would be in your head. And if there were family members as well, and they have got children, if they've done that to you at that age, they're wrong uns anyway, right? So
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
want
they
to
are.
make sure them children are okay. That is my main concern. With the ones who attacked me, Maria will tell you, all I was concerned about was the children, wasn't it, Maria?
Children.
The children that they had. I wasn't bothered about me because I had no self-worth at the time, and I didn't feel like I was involved in drugs and stuff at the time. I had no self-worth. I had been in a mad violent relationship. I'd been stabbed 3 times. I had my jaw broke, this, that, the other. I got that done to me, and as I said, I didn't care about me. It was the kids, and that was why I anonymously tried to report it. But they traced the call, and it was the major crime unit that turned up, and they said, "Will you actually?" Because they were referring to me as a 6-year-old, and he had image like a video playing on the phone of very young Thai children. So I couldn't get that image out of my head, and I thought, I've got to do this. And yeah, I did do a video evidence thing, but it didn't stand because I had a breakdown, and there was obviously in the midst of it all. But I wondered why I'd got the criminal injuries, because I couldn't understand it, because obviously it being NFA'd. They said, when we know that it's happened and it's just your mental health couldn't handle the court case, we thought we do pay them out, and that's why I've sent you the criminal injuries payment thing as well.
And I know 100% that cases get NFA due to the victim not being able to handle court. It happens all the fucking time. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean, it happens all the time.
But I still
think why they don't take it to court, because they know that the victim will just crumble and not turn up to court, so they just don't waste the money to start off with.
To this
Well,
day,
it's a big thing for the victim, isn't it?
times I said that I can't get the image of children out of my head, and I try to say to her, I just wish I could find out if they're okay. And that is like 7 or 8 years, is it 8 years now later? And there's not really a week goes by where I don't think of when I raised my head up and I seen them 2 young kids on that video. That it didn't disturb me, and I don't think I've like prayed for them. I think I hope that, I don't know, it just horrifies me. And that's what I think anybody who's been in that situation, if they don't want to report it, because obviously some people don't want to report things, but at least make an anonymous call to check the kids out that they've got, because if there's 4 women or 3 women or whatever it was, there's a chance could have their own kids, and that's not right at any, even if they were 18, 19 or however old they were, to do that to a 10-year-old boy and how they did it is not right.
No, not at all.
Let me just point something out there 1 second. He goes, there's 4, right? And then on Venoms he goes, and there's 2 more I didn't mention. So what's that now, 6?
No, I didn't think it was that what he said. Didn't he just say there was 4, but there's 2 that I don't know. I'd have to listen to it back. I don't know.
See, this is where you get actual lunatics in thingy. So someone saying, I'm very sure they're teenagers at the time. No, he said they were 18 and over.
He said 17. He said 17 and 18.
Right.
Yeah.
He said, and they will have been very grown up and learnt lots from when they were young. Learnt lots. What? Or that we should not, 4 women should not sexually abuse a young child. Please don't cause any upset to their children. Just stay out of others' business. Says,
Who's that? I can't even see it.
Is that the one that normally goes under PP? Oh no, that's the one that had the car red ages ago.
I can't even.
No, what we're saying is, why can't he do that?
Oh, sorry, I was just thought you meant something. Oh yeah, definitely. He needs to stand up and do some accountability, because what got me was when I was talking to him the first time, in his eyes, unless he's that good a con man, I don't know, but you could see he was hating at what PP was saying to him, and that's why I brought him on to have a say, because when he went on expos he couldn't, and I thought you and him were okay, but now all this, it's just like wow. It's just
Maria even messaged him the other night. I messaged him the day after when I found out he was still going on and telling this lie about me. I messaged him, and it's all in that chat, you'll see. And I said, please, I thought this was all over. I never heard of you. I don't know where you've come from. I still don't. But please, like, I haven't tried to smash house up or threatened to smash house up. And Maria said, will you please leave her alone? It's like he leaves me for a bit. I must have about 20 voicemails on Instagram that are blue that I haven't even listened to, and I don't even want to listen because it's just all madness. I think I can't deal with him. I just don't know what he's trying to do and why he's trying to lie. I just don't know.
If you want someone to listen, give it to someone else to listen, but don't be listening yourself.
I don't know how to
You've
forward
gone
him.
through enough upset.
I know. I just don't know.
But I'm gonna message him if he's still on the Instagram. He messaged me on and ask him if he'll come on a 1-to-1 to help find out what he's doing. Sorry if you can hear background noise. The dogs are driving me mad.
Well, I think that's it, really, isn't it?
30 years ago, and you think I started abusing from 19 years. Well, there's a high probability, that if they've done that in a group of them to a boy that young into the woods and took turns into doing it, that they are seriously disturbed. And I do think that if they've got children, they should be checked.
Definitely. And how many children could they have done it to over the years? They don't just do it once and leave it, do they?
No.
It's a well-known fact that they carry on. Plus, they could even do it to their own kids, or the kids could be part of a gang that they send them to. Or there's hundreds of things.
He wasn't the only one,
Yeah, that's it. Because by the sounds of what you're saying, it's a small village. So, there could have been a group of them. You just don't know, do you?
No, you don't. Because for them to drag like somebody into a secluded area, a group of them as well to do it, it's like it tells me that they've done that type of thing before.
Yeah, for definitely. 4 of them together to do.
Usually, wouldn't you think that if one of my friends when I was 18 had started doing all that, and then I would just stood there and thought that was okay. No way.
No, and join in. You wouldn't do that, would you? You would have ran away.
I think that they've definitely done it before.
Yeah, definitely. For 4 of them all together to do it.
Yeah,
they definitely have done it before. That's if it's true now.
Yeah, but that's even by the Bible leave his that.
But it needs looking into somehow.
We do need to look into. I want to know the reasons why he came to me, why he started about Christianity, why he's used 3 different reasons.
I know he said about the Christianity. He spent a year in a Christianity rehab. He said.
But I know that at rehabs, you certainly wouldn't meet any pyramid scheme or life coaching.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying what he said. Yeah.
Christian rehab, and you're going to church and you're doing the Bible. I mean, I used to get people into the different rehabs.
Well, he said he spent a year and read the Bible twice and all this.
Yeah, it's just crazy, but I just think he should divulge his exact reasons for.
Well, even if he doesn't divulge anything else, the first thing is get him to divulge you, and then the likes of the family and that. I'm sure we can try and trace it back ourselves.
I'll leave him to do whatever.
Do something with that ourselves.
And also, I'd like to keep making people aware because there's a lot of posts on his page where he'll say, "Do you want to make instant money?" And he says another thing them pyramid people do by advertising on the internet. So I just hope that with times like they are now, I just hope that there's no more single mothers who get conned out of any more money.
Well, let's put it this way, right? The man's a con man. He's looking for the sympathy vote, right? So people go to him. Next minute, he'll offer them behind the scenes. Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? The man's a pathetic man. And that's how you can see it. He's preying on vulnerable women. He's preying on vulnerable children. And now I think he's a disgusting fella, what he does. And anyone that's fucking supportive, man, well, you need to hang your head in shame, to be honest. Because I seen it straight away.
I'm ashamed myself now.
I was the one that got in contact with Emma and Maria and found the story out from their side, put my own opinion in there, 100%. Now,
I've had the proof for a long time. I could have come out with it even when he's been starting and different things. I could have put it onto whatever I feel he's forced me to put the proof out there. And as I say, with these other things that are going on with us, everything we say, we have got the proof of.
Yeah.
So
Well, don't dwell on you've had it and you should have and all that. Let's just take it forward from here. And because I've spoke to him on Instagram, let's see if he'll agree to anything. And take it from there. What should I take the live down, or should it go up with another live explaining, or what?
No, I just think you should leave the live because we need to see, like, people need to see the different reasons.
Yeah, the difference in the stories.
So I don't want the live taken down because I need to know why he's lying.
Oh yeah, but
they
what
can
I'm
watch
saying
Rowan's
is,
first, can't they, as well?
There needs to be a link or another live put with it or something to tell people, just so people don't think that live's it and that's it. You know what I mean?
I think Steve's going to go into it. Steve, are you going into it a little bit tomorrow?
Have we got Steve Clark on? I don't even know.
Stephen, official topic talk, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Emma.
I think we're going to do a little live.
I'd like to do a live with you tomorrow and get.
We're not going to go on about all the same stuff. We're just going to like put proofs out there. Steve's going to have his take on it. I'm not going to be saying too much. I'm just going to let Steve obviously explain what's what, and Steve will put his take on it. And I will keep doing the lives, as he stated. He's doing more lives with certain podcasters who attack me in exposed pre-chat about being a Christian and about having a friend in Jesus, and I've done this, that, and the other. I knew nothing about anything to do with all this. I wasn't even there that night when all this other stuff had gone on.
Is this live staying up?
Hey?
Is this live staying up?
Live can stay
right.
Up.
Well, I'll link in the bio to this live.
Yeah, your one.
Yeah, because then if people watch it,
I've got nothing to hide. So
yeah, no, it's just that if people watch mine and don't see this, they won't know. But if I can link this in the bio, at least people can go watch it and then go over, can't they?
Yeah, and I said to Cumbrian Truth, I said the first thing people will do if I say that I've been sexually assaulted, they're that sick at the moment with us. They'll say, "Oh, she's lying," and that's why. Yeah. I would like you to also. You can leave Emma on, just block my maiden name out because obviously I wasn't married at the time. And then you're quite welcome to put all them letters on from the.
Oh yeah, I'll sort that out with Venom.
A lot.
Yeah, and I'll link that to it as well. No, it's just I just didn't know whether you took this live down or not because I wanted to link it to that. You see, that's all.
You mean me?
And look, and listen, Emma, I'm sorry I didn't know any of this. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it.
No, I don't mind it. It's honestly.
I only done it because of the way he looked on that first one. That was it.
Yeah,
and Ash, I didn't know you knew all this. Otherwise, I wouldn't have cut you off. I just didn't know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember, the Cumbrian Truth always speaks the truth.
Yeah.
Me and Emma did do a live.
Him, Steve.
I'm joking. It was me, actually. It was Maria.
Oh, Maria.
Oh.
I just thought Ash was on one again.
No.
I just thought, right, I'm going to have to get in touch with Ash when I seen the comments.
I rarely go on lives, me, unless it's something important.
I know, yeah.
I'm going to have to address it because
I've only just started going on lives, and I wish I never.
It's crazy. Well, that's why I don't go on Brian's anymore, because they just clip it and then they start saying this, that, and the other. So that's why I keep out the way. Then they say no, because I'm in the room and trying to keep conversation with
Yeah.
questions, reading the questions out like I used to. It's now I'm in there because I'm going to time people that I need to be there because in case someone mentions the affairs I'm having and how I've got children's pictures in my phone and it's absolutely horrendous. But I won't be accused of having pictures of children. I won't be accused of
No.
doxing people's children, and I have
Okay.
taken that to another level.
Yeah.
And I will.
Well,
be,
anyone who accuses you of doxing kids and tries to blame like that to me, it's a police level. That
Yeah,
if
it
it
is, and
carries on.
that's exactly what I've done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
apparently, I've got all these pictures of children. I'm a paedophile.
Oh shit!
Brian's a
What am I doing?
pervert. I collect children. This, that, and the other. I'm not having nothing said about that.
No, anything
No
now.
way.
I think on here, anything now to do with kids needs to go straight police.
Yeah, I do.
It's getting out of control, and YouTube aren't bothered.
No,
I've reported certain accounts that have
they said I was
got
taking
kids
pictures
on.
of children's graves and stuff.
Yeah, well,
Absolutely
there's
insane.
still Julian's kid on an account, and I've reported it about 10 times now, and it's still there.
It's children are innocent, and I thought them things stay up, and
I just can't believe why do you leave it up?
No way in the world. So I've took that further, and we'll be seeing the outcome of that as well.
Definitely, that's what everyone needs to start doing because anything to do with kids, it's not on.
No. I mean, I've been called whatever. I've never even spoken with the channels that have called me all the names they have, and some of them are disgusting. But they stepped over the line when they started saying I was collecting pictures of children and I was a paedophile and Brian was a pervert and all that. I just thought, right. Brian said, I support you in anything you do, and I think you're brave for doing it. Obviously, he hasn't, but I just said, right, I want my phone checking and I want that addressing. So that will be addressed.
And what I can say, Venom, what I can say is, look, me, Brian, Emma didn't see eye to eye, right? I apologised. I've spoken to them behind the scenes, right? Lovely people, the pair of them. Emma's got a lot of time for Brian, loves him with her heart. Know what I mean?
You can see that. You can see that with them.
It's pretty obvious. There's accusations getting chucked left, right, and centre. I've seen all of it.
There is a lot going. Yeah.
There's things been said to Steamac as well about Steamac. It's the Lord is shite.
Is that the one you were saying about
Weirdo's mouth?
Was that Steamac on yours last night? Was it yours? Yeah.
Yeah. And now what Steve says is 100% right. And then you've got a little weirdo from Ireland running his mouth, thinking he's about a big bollocks.
Now from last night, yeah.
I think it's worrying that if someone is calling people paedophiles and saying they've got children pictures, it goes from 300 to thousands of pictures in the phone. I was collecting the children for Brian because he's a pervert, and honestly, that's when I went and got the tablets and I was suicidal because I love children. And then you see on the author putting on that green splats, not one of them have got a kid between them. I lost a baby, not to Brian, obviously. Nobody knows what people have gone through in life and the state and all this madness. But anything to do with children, I'm not going to put up with it, and I don't care who knows it, but there will be an outcome with this.
There's enough trouble in life without all this.
Yeah.
And why do people feel the need to do it? You know, if people feel the need to be going on about kids and calling people the N and the B word all the time, there's something wrong with them.
Yeah. It's like something that never comes into my head, and when I hear it, it's usually, say if you read something in the news or someone tells you of something that's gone on, it's disturbing, and I just can't cope. And I mean, I'm not the first person he's done it to. There's people who were still on live videos on some of his streams, same thing said about them. Steve Billings, he had it said about him, to the point. Stevie's always been a Modern Now channel, right? And he blocked him, and he was saying he's done this. Stephen Official Topic Talk was saying that he was a pervert, paedophile, he married his wife at this age. And I thought there's definitely got to be something unhinged with you to even be thinking that. And it's worrying the amount of times that he said it. I mean, them lives they were doing about me, there was a woman on there and they were asking people to sort lists out to go and pick her up because I'd apparently been around her child's grave, which is the sickest thing I've ever heard, and wanting to doorstep us. So they were like all saying, "Oh, can't we get a lift up there?" And then there was these certain trolls that always come in, and they were saying, "Oh, we'll come and pick you up," and "Oh, well, let's get it all organised and all this." And I was thinking, "Oh my word, this is horrendous." I was thinking, is the people going to be coming and targeting the house again? Because I think whatever I've got like a bit of agoraphobia going on because I'm thinking, what if people have listened to that and they think like, do you know what I mean? It's like not right.
Yeah.
So I'm just not having it. So yeah,
Well,
I have been to the
people
police,
need to
and
put
I'm
proof.
glad I've been to the police. And anyone out there, yes, I did phone them. Yes, I have, and I'm sure the outcome will be there.
Yeah, but people need to put up proof now. If people are going to say something, you've got to back it up with proof. You can't just say it out in anger at someone and blame people for things when they haven't done it.
Yeah.
And that's why I sent you that, Venom, to be honest, because I knew what you were like, and if I come onto yours and
proof of anything, I'll go off it. But without the proof, I try and hang back because I don't want to blame someone and ruin someone's life when they haven't done it.
Yeah, understandable, bro.
And that's why I always say to Ash, he said a few things to me, and I said, "You got proof now?" You know what I mean? I need proof really.
There's a lot of sick people around on this platform.
There is, and I think lockdown has caused a lot as well.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have had too much time on their hands.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
But there's only because no matter what we obviously say, I could sit here calm blue in the face, but like I said to Lisa said, I want my phone checked, right?
Yeah.
I said that is a must. And because if I have these pictures or if I have these pictures of children, I mean, it was going worse. Some people were saying that they were in strange positions and all that, and I was taking them back to here for Brian to pick which one to get. Oh, I was honestly.
Well, whoever they are need the phone checking.
It was only Brian had got up to use the bathroom, and Eli had ran upstairs, and Brian had shouted at me, and he caught me with the tablets. That stopped it, and I thought, right, I'm going to make something good out of this now because I'm going to try and get some kind of legislation going that there's going to be like even if we have to try and get someone to man the phone, right, a free phone number. What is it? Goes to YouTube in the UK, and if there's anything about children or people's kids or
taken down straight away
or anything, that it can get dealt with as an emergency and at least took off public until the YouTube have investigated it, not waiting for YouTube to respond.
Well, it's like them ones I've reported.
You know what I mean?
Weeks later, they're still there, and you're thinking, I've reported it as child.
Yeah.
You know, why is it there?
I know. It's so I hope we can all get something good going out of it, really.
Well, listen, I've never had anything against you or Brian. You know what I mean? And I'm happy to help with anything. And as I say, I'm sorry with this guy.
No, you didn't know, but it's just.
But
I just had to address it.
I'm going to try my best to get him to talk to you, or if he won't talk to you, tell me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why?
I took it, right? So I took it as like he meant it. But when he started mentioning it again, I was thinking, well, he's lying again. So it's got my mind working overtime thinking, but why is he lying? So to put my mind at rest, because it's not very well at the minute. I've got a lot going on.
Then he's lied about He's lied about the people he doesn't know, he said as well. So, there's a lot of lies out there, and you've got to see where it goes back to and stuff like that.
I think Helen's managed to grab quite a few things that
I will be getting.
I didn't want to mention them on here. So I'll get them sent across to you as well.
It's strange. I've been watching a few channels that the troll And they're changing their name to certain people and things like that, and using kids' pictures and stuff
Wow.
like that. And you can tell by the way they write other accounts they've got. You get to see,
you do
get to know
how
things.
to write, don't you?
Yeah, and
And it's like,
phrases to use and stuff like that. I've got about 6, maybe a few more to watch, because I'm trying to catch out who it is.
yeah. But Carol was in the chat. That's the mother of Lee Duffy's kids.
Yeah,
And the ones that we've when Brian speaks about, and the one that Ben brought up was one of the reasons because Brian had threatened to kill him.
yeah,
She was his mother of Lee Duffy's children, and she was prolifically trolled, and so were her kids. Targeted
yeah.
for 3 years before she met us. I met Carol through sharing a post. I didn't know who Carol was, and she was the best thing to come out of the trolling because we were really good friends.
Well, one thing about all this is awareness is needed.
Yeah.
People with channels need to start sharing and speaking up.
I think I've been doing that.
Trying to raise it more across YouTube, so people are more aware and more looking out, and because it can just be one person sees someone type something and they know who it is.
So there was 8 people before it started with us, and it was all the same stuff. It's always about be you, Emin, your dog, be you, Emin, your dad. It's all the same scenario. And it's like 8 people before us. I've got all the proof of it. And I just think, well, the police aren't going to do anything. They arrested Brian for it. They've had him on bail for how long, and they've kept him under investigation. So I said to Brian, I said, better off just getting this out somewhere, without all the disgusting stuff and without people's, obviously, too much of the people aren't bothered who've given me the proof and stuff like.
Yeah, but, take names and everything off it, isn't it?
It's all there, and I think just people need to be seeing what's going on at the other side to actually get us in this state that we're in, and for Brian to, like, because he isn't a troll, he's been vocal in public, but what they do behind the scenes is absolutely sick. But anyway, we'll save that for another day. But I'll need stopping all of it.
Anything you need, just say, and I'll do what I can.
Much. And thank you, Ash, as well. You know,
I'll link this up to it because I don't want it just leaving as that live on its own. You see, but if I link this in the bio as a follow up, and if Ash gets some screenshots done, we'll link that up.
There's, I think I've got some other bits and bobs I can send over, but because I'd like to just screen record. I sent the screen recording of the messages that I've actually sent.
Yeah.
But I'll screen record where there's all these blue messages.
Because the more we can get out there, the more awareness, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to stop. Yeah. It's coming to a time where, it's gone on long enough now. People need to, have one account. You don't need 10.
I know.
And, come on, let's get it out.
I know. So it's like every day, like I dread like looking at YouTube sometimes, and it's like I feel for Brian as well, because 8 years ago he would have just sorted situations out, and then it seems when he had that operation, obviously things got worse and worse. But I mean, I've got so many blocked words in there, them block certain words account. And it's absolutely insane, but you don't realise, like, what
should you?
Till 5 o'clock in the morning, and then what they'll do is they'll get Brian to respond with, because he knows who it is and which one of them it is, because as you say, you can tell by the writing. So then he'll say, right, blah 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 blah, and he'll put something up. They'll screenshot the shit he's put up, but delete it before that. Do you know what I mean?
He's put a name on it.
Absolutely insane, yeah. But he hasn't got a clue how to bloody be a troll. Do you know what I mean?
They know how to beg you in, don't they? They know what to say to bring you in, to get you to write what they want. So they've got the proof to turn it round on you.
I know, it's insanity, all of it. So, Anyway, thank you so much, you two, for everything, and thank you.
Don't need to thank me at all, just whatever you need to say.
Well, as I say, I don't want an argument with him. I don't want to fight with him. I would like him to put my mind at rest and just to be truthful. If he got sent, I don't even need to know who he got sent by. He can tell one of yous.
Even if I done one and we done it behind screen and just you and him, You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be public.
Yeah, and I'm not going to bring anything up.
And
on that.
you'll only ask them the
Talk about
questions about yourself.
experience.
So I can't see why he wouldn't do it. But
I feel he's pushed me to this by doing that many lives and stuff. And
Yeah.
as I say, I was really shocked by the channel and when she came out with the other night, you claim you're friend of Jesus, and straight away it's Christianity stuff, and you've been laughing at abuse victims, and I thought, what are you on about? I haven't got a clue. And it was only when Exposed Live came on, I realised there'd been something said or whatever, and then I mentioned in the chat, I just said, oh, this man was the man that came after me, and that's when he said, oh, he asked for me to go on a live, which I did. I didn't have to, and I jumped on the live, and I just said, I don't want to argue with you. I said, do you want to speak first or me? And I thought that was it, and then it's just more. So
yeah.
Anyway, we're quite
God
sorry.
bless. All right. Well,
take care. Thank you very much.
You get your head down and
I will.
try and chill.
Yes. Cheers.
I know it's hard.
You've sounded a bit neurotic to anyone.
No, you don't. You're going through a hell of a lot.
Thank you.
See you later. Cheers.
Bye.